Alright everyone, one of my objectives for this channel, Board in the House, is to glorify and interview, get to know the advice from experts on Board Game Arena for the different board games, especially my favorite games. My favorite game on here currently is Seven Wonders Duel. Surprise! Most of the videos on this channel are about Seven Wonders Duel. Now, the current season as it goes right now, we're looking at the top person right here, a French guy. Gui is number 2, another French guy. So, I mean, what do you expect? French designer designed the game. 2 French designers, actually. And then French guys are killing it in the game. In the base game in arena mode. And you see in Season 8, I got 83rd place. So I'm working on that right now. However, let's look. The top player in the world, Frankenstein, is from Barbados, and Luffy97, the number 2, is from Austria. And I've done 2 different videos on each of these guys, just going through different games that they played. And ultimately, I wanted to let you guys know, I reached out to Frankenstein and said, hey, you seem to be pretty enjoy voicing your opinion on Board Game Arena's forums, and I really like that. Would you want to do something for the channel? And he's got a lot of stuff that he's doing, and so he wasn't able to come on the channel and talk, but he did give me some tier lists to go through, and he used my own tier list from Tier List Maker for different things, and so I'll make a couple videos on those. But I thought it was interesting to look at his progress tokens tier list that he did. So here we go. Here you see the progress tokens that Frankenstein rated. So let's just go through these right here. It would seem that the strategy token is very, very important. Okay. The theology token is also very, very important. And then he makes law as an S+ tier. He kind of made his own tiers with this. And then there is the economy, corruption, and then he has urbanism listed as an S tier. And I like that he put that. I've always thought urbanism is an S tier. Then I think it's quite funny, he creates this long little gap here where he just says, nope, nothing in A tier, because there's just such a huge gap between the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them versus the rest of them in the game. But we will go over the rest of them. So a lot of the rest of them are just looking at points at the end of the game. So you see 2 points per divinity token. Right there, 7 points here. It's interesting he places that one ahead of the 7 points. I don't know if he purposely did that, but maybe they're just all generally in B tier, which is another way to do it, of course. Then we have agriculture, 6 coins, 4 points. Engineering, interestingly, he puts that there. I would have put engineering way down here in F tier. And then architecture, puts it up there. Okay. I would have put masonry above architecture, but hey, sometimes you really need to find a way to build those wonders, and you are just in trouble as far as your opponent maybe took out your economy, and you're not going for a point strategy. So yeah, I actually can see his point for it being higher than masonry. However, as it gets down to the end of the game, masonry is very important to secure a point lead if your economy is not doing well. If you're planning on doing a science or military strategy, then yes, of course, go for the architecture. And then we also have mathematics he puts as a C tier. Interesting that he puts that as a C tier, because it could get up to 9 points if he, or even more points. 3 points per one of these progress tokens. A lot better than this mysticism. 2 points per one of those tokens, I would say. But let's continue on. Then we have polyceretics. I don't know, that's your opponent losing coins. I wouldn't rank that D tier. I think that should be higher, because if you can stop somebody from building something important, that's a great thing to do. Like for the most part, if you control the brown cards in the game, you can make it very hard for your opponent to buy things. Brown cards or gray cards, actually. But the other way to make your opponent have a difficult time in buying things is attack them in military and decrease their coins, or using this poly or Ceretics and decrease coins that way. Also, Appian Way makes your opponent lose 3 coins, and you time that at a critical moment. So making your opponent lose coins is not a D tier special ability. It is sad that there's only 1 coin per military movement. And finally, most would agree organized crime is just not that great. Conspiracy cards already are not a good strategy. I said that in a previous video. But, in analyzing games, the winner doesn't usually play conspiracy cards. And this would allow you to keep 2 conspiracy cards whenever you draw conspiracy cards instead of picking one of them. So instead of picking 2 and getting the best of the 2, you pick 2 and you get the best and the worst. What do you think you're going to do with that? Probably not even use the worst, but whatever. All right. So the real power 3 or power 6 are these, and they are not for a point strategy. The majority of these ones were mainly for points. Maybe here was maybe not so much for points, and here is just decreasing coins. But as far as gaining points, that was more down for here. So I'm going to say this was a point strategy. And then right here, this is anything for theology. You could do all 3 different strategies for theology. Strategy, you're mainly doing that military strategy. So there's one strategy. And then law, you're threatening the law strategy, the science strategy, getting 6 science. Economy, you can kind of stop your opponent from wanting to buy such great cards, because they're going to need to pay you coins, and it's like they're giving you points as they try to get points. That's just a great one. So that's going for that one strategy of points. Corruption actually goes for that political victory. So there's one strategy of political, and controlling that Senate. And then urbanism is really not for a win condition. It's just a really great way to get some coins, probably similar to economy. So I'd say those 2 are pretty similar, linked there. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that tier list, and big special thank you to Frankenstein, and really appreciate the comments on the forums, and keep being spicy in your comments, because that's always enjoyable to read. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, all y'all at home, and please consider liking this video to help the YouTube algorithm know that it's good. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much, and keep playing Seven Wonders Duel.